You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
Warning: adult topics and content. You must be legal age of majority in your location to view. We are an educational, informative talk show, and our hosts may express their opinions passionately using explicit language. No offense is intended. Take a break and tune in for some great cannabis and psychedelic chit-chat. Learn what's going on in the cannabis industry, find out what's new on the review, and enjoy a laugh or two. Join us for today's Tokin Talk here on the Pace Radio Network with Rev Cindy and Irene.
Well, hi. However,
Hi.
It's not Irene. It's Al.
No, it's not. It's Al. That's right.
It's Al. Welcome to Monday night Tokin Talk with Rev Cindy and my fill-in co-host for tonight, Al. Irene is away this week. She will be back with me next week for sure. And not next week, but the week after. Irene and I will be able to sit in the same room and do a Tokin Talk. That's really cool.
Oh, that's gonna be cool with the two of you in the same spot. That's right.
Yeah.
You're heading this way.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. And of course, we are coming to you live, just so you know, on Facebook and Twitter, and oh my goodness, what else is there out there? YouTube, and cbgtv.com, paceradio.net. I have to remember everything because I don't have notes for this show. And of course, you can find us on the Roku. On the Roku with the app Boxcast, as well as on Fire Stick TV.
Yes, and you can't catch us live right now on our own app because CBG TV has its own app on Roku. But you can catch the show afterwards there while we work on that. A little tweaking going on. So
yes. So it's we are all over the place, and so you can catch us. Hey, Carolyn. Hey, Leona. How are you ladies doing?
Hi, ladies.
Pardon me. I'm burping. So how's your week been?
My week? Well, it's only Monday, so it hasn't been so bad. Right now. But today was a nice sunny day and got out with the dogs and did some walking. And over the weekend there, one of our dogs walked out onto the pond that we have here. And in the pond, we have a bubbler, which keeps the ice open and keeps oxygen in the water as well. But keeps a spot open. And if there's no wind, it freezes over, but just lightly. Well, one of the dogs walked out onto the ice. And luckily, it didn't go through. Didn't get quite that way. So I blocked that off today just to keep the dogs away.
That's good. How's the vegan diet going? Oh. I hate it. I really do. Actually, no, it's not that bad. I somebody said to me yesterday, I was telling Al before we came live, that, the frustration I'm having isn't necessarily with the lack of knowledge about the food or anything. It's the fact that I'm withdrawing off the processed foods and the salts and the sugars and the fats. And that is what I am feeling more so than frustration with food, which made a lot of sense to me as somebody who's weaned off other addictive properties. It's like,
Yeah, completely. As I mentioned before the show, that's when I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease 20 years ago. That's what they just told me to drop right off to a bland diet, and I had to stop eating everything I was eating. And I'm sure it's probably pretty close to a similar of a diet that what you're going through.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to go as bland. I can have natural spices, but I can't have processed spices. So I can have garlic pieces, but I can't have, garlic powder. Yes, sugars are, and I think it's the sugars and the salts really that have me worse than almost anything else.
Yeah, sugars aren't the best things for us, as we know. That's cancer loves that, and that's one of the first things that people talk about getting rid of is the sugars. I see Leona. She deals with Crohn's as well as myself, so I'm sure she knows what I mean when I'm talking about a bland diet and not being able to eat anything that tastes really good.
I have recently been diagnosed. I thought I was going to be diagnosed with Crohn's, and they turned around and diagnosed me with diverticulitis instead. And I don't know if you know much about that, but it's a terrible disease. It's one where you've got pits in your bowels, and things like strawberries or nuts or grains get caught in there and cause infections and serious bloating. Yeah.
Correct.
So I've been diagnosed with that, and it's I was having a very large diverticulitis outbreak, I guess is what you would call it. Swollen and bruising that comes out on the skin from what's going on underneath. Very, very painful.
I see Carolyn says that people eat organic cannabis for Crohn's. It helps.
There you go.
Yeah.
And that's true. Have you ever juiced your cannabis?
No, I haven't juiced it, but I've done lots of other things with it, but I've never juiced it.
Juice your live raw cannabis. Like the next time you have a crop that you're taking down, once you take it down, like if it's outdoor, give it a wash, which is just like a little soak in some water, rinse it off, and then juice it. And it tastes terrible, I'm not gonna lie. But if you throw a shot in a smoothie, wow, it's pretty amazing.
That was the thing I was told. It really tastes bad. And I know that when I first got licensed and I made my first edibles, some cookies, they tasted bad. So bad, I chucked them back up. They were that bad. So I don't know if I can take it. I really have to bury that taste when it comes to the juicing.
Yeah, it's now I've only done it once myself. I read about a young lady down in the States that she did it, and that's how she fought her. What did she have? I think she had epilepsy. So her mom did the juicing with her, and I watched one of those little mini documentaries about her, about how they juiced it, and mom and daughter would take it in shot glasses and shoot it, and but I find if I take a shot of it and I put it in a smoothie that I make, like a big smoothie, so it doesn't, it kind of goes through, and I use really, really strong tasting fruits, you barely taste it, but you still get the effects from it.
Right. Yeah. It'd have to be buried as far as the flavors. It'd be pretty strong. I don't know what you could use. Because just even trying to bury the taste of the chlorophyll with with butter. Never mind trying to hide the taste of it being juiced. Yeah, you probably don't, right? You got to bury it with a bunch.
It's still there, but you can hide it enough that you can get it down. Do you know what I mean?
That's yeah.
I couldn't shoot it like this little girl and her mom did. Like, no way. Like, I mean, I've done some pretty raunchy shots, but I don't think I could take a shot of pure cannabis juice.
Could you put it into capsules and swallow it?
I imagine you could. It would take a few capsules, but I mean, because you're doing a full 1 ounce shot of it, right? So, but you could. Okay. If you really didn't like the taste of it, you could fill up all the capsules slowly and.
Yeah, you'd be a while, wouldn't you? Yeah, they're only 1 milligram capsules. You got to do an ounce. Yeah.
Might take a minute.
Whole bag of capsules a day.
30
Probably
caps
die
of
from
juice.
the plastic.
Make sure you're using the vegetable one so you're not taking all that glycerin.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Look, see? Mike agrees with me. He says, tried it straight and it tasted like lawn trimmings.
And I know other people
Exactly.
that do that. They'll take the leaves and they'll eat the leaves raw. And it's just like, ugh.
We do eat all kinds of leaves, lettuce, stuff like that. They're all leaves.
Yeah.
So, why couldn't you put fresh cannabis leaves in a salad?
Well, you could.
You ever tried it?
No, I haven't. Like I said, I've tried the juice,
No,
but I
no,
haven't tried to eat raw cannabis itself.
No.
I know that Jack Krungle does, because he decarbs his cannabis and then he just stuffs that cannabis into capsules and he just eats it that way.
Eats it, yeah. Like you can go to Thailand now where you can get food in places like pizza, and they'll come with a leaf on the pizza.
Yeah.
And and it's
that'll be the next thing to try. I'll try it one of these days, but yeah, I'm gonna guess right now it's gonna taste a lot like the juiced cannabis.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree with that. But then you got all those other things that are on the pizza. They're gonna cover it up.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if they do.
I don't know.
Have you ever tried dandelion?
I've had dandelions in my salads.
So you've tried dandelion that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really healthy for you too.
Correct.
Yeah.
But no, I've never eaten just the cannabis leaf. I don't know if any of our watchers have ate just the cannabis leaf.
I don't know.
But
tried it
might
straight
taste
and
like
it
lawn
tasted like lawn
Mike
trimmings.
says.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to agree with him.
Yeah.
So
I would think that you're only. What's that?
What are you working on?
I am getting a little bit of hash out of here that I'm going to put in my pipe and smoke.
Oh, okay.
I've got some leftover Karma Cup shit. Remember the guy that had the packages of hash, like 8 different strains for $100?
Right. Yes.
It's the Temple Ball.
Yes.
It's not coming in clear, but that's what I got going
good.
on. But it's stuck to the thing, and it's so good, I can't let any of it go to the waste. So, like, there's a couple of hot knives worth stuck to the thing, and I had to get them off.
Well, I from what I'm seeing here, Mike says it's a waste of good bud for sure.
Eating it. Yeah.
Eating it. Well, you get the benefits of the acid forms of everything.
Yeah, and apparently it's like, I shouldn't even say apparently, because I did do like a little bit in some, like I say, in some pretty hefty smoothies, and the energy burst for the day that I got was pretty amazing.
Really, eh?
Yeah.
That's good. Got some benefit out of it.
It's kind of worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it also lets you know that if you got quite an energy burst out of it, that if there's days that you're feeling like you need that boost, feeling a little bit tired and exhausted, that
cannabis can help with that.
Take a shot. Oh, too much.
Oh, hi Virginia, how are you? Hello.
I don't know if you saw any of the pictures of the posts over the weekend. I'm just filling up my shadowizer. I'm not looking at the ground speaking. But,
I kind of figured you were doing something.
I went to the cannabis temple
Yes.
in
Keene.
Keene on the weekend. Yeah. Always had some music playing in the background. Mama T was there. Cannon Witch was doing some testing.
Nice.
And yeah, Mama T's booth was busy. A lot of people.
She makes really good stuff. I can't lie. When I'm allowed to have sugar again, I'm going to place an order with her. Because
I grabbed a couple of things. I've actually grabbed something, I think, for every time that I've been there. Well, I've been there 3 times. And yeah, I think I've grabbed something from the booth each time that I've gone. Can't wish he was there doing some testing. I was there with Mr. Squishy. And
Mr.
we're squishing.
Squishy.
Yeah. We got a rosin press in there. Nice. And people bring in their cannabis to be pressed. And we give them education, some training on things. As far as
one of these days, I'm going to show up at one of Kelly's events, and I'm not even going to tell any of you that I'm coming. I really mean that. One of these days, it's going to happen.
Well, okay. Well, the next one is there's one there's one on April the 30th because they're the last Sunday of the month. There's not one in March. That's because of the Can Expo.
Yes.
Going on in Toronto.
Right? Yeah, that's going to be exciting.
Yes, it is. I got tomorrow night, actually not tomorrow night, Wednesday night on the Pace Radio Show. We got the CEO of the event coming on.
Oh, awesome!
She's gonna come on the show and talk about the event and let everybody know what's going on and the whole bit. So, Carolyn's got a message for you.
When am I coming back to visit you? Well. It'll be September. Actually, it might even be, it'll be September for sure. We're going to come grab you on the way to the Karma Cup and take you to the Karma Cup, Carolyn.
Oh.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Is Carolyn from down the East Coast like yourself?
No, she is from a place in Ontario.
Okay.
That I don't do justice to speaking the name.
Okay.
I don't. It's a very Indigenous name, and she can say it so beautifully, and I don't do justice in speaking it. Maybe she will spell it out here for us so we can. There she is.
Oh, Gananoque.
There we go. That's it. I never say it right.
Are, yeah.
Beautiful little town. So I went and had a visit with Carolyn on my way to the last Karma Cup. I went and hung out with her for the evening and the next morning, and we had a visit, and we had a very lovely time. So I'm looking forward to going back and visiting her again, and this time hopefully taking her with us to the Karma Cup because she's never been.
Oh, she's never been? Oh, well, I'll tell you, she's going to really enjoy herself.
She's going to love it. I think she is going to have the best time. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And she'll know a lot of people there from Facebook and, different people that'll come down from up north that she's never met face to face. Tara, I'm not sure if she's ever met Tara like Mama T. Just like, everybody that she's met through Facebook. So it'll be pretty exciting, I think, for her. So I want to help that.
It's come an event where people gather together. You get to see that person, once or twice all year, and the Karma Cup was one of those places.
Yeah, no. So I'm really excited about it. She was going to try and come with me last year, and it just didn't work out.
Right.
So this year, I just told her, I said, I'm just coming, kidnapping you. I'm going to make you go. We'll take you. Because if things stay the same and I get an extra ticket like we did last year, it's super easy. Just why waste it? I'll just take somebody else, right?
Correct. Yeah. And especially somebody who's never been before.
Oh, and that's exciting, right? Opening it up to other people.
They can share in the experience.
Yeah.
It's always nice when you take somebody to an event for the first time, and mind you, if you've been there a few times, it's good to go. But when you go the first time, it's always that wow,
it's so exciting. So yeah, I remember it'll remind me of the first time I went. The first time I went was hilarious. I showed up with my little judges pass, around my neck and whatnot. And
Yeah.
I had never been before. So I got to Toronto. I found the place. I get in line because I didn't know if I could go up ahead of everybody. So these young guys got in the line behind me, these young guys from somewhere over in the Asian community. And we're going ahead. People are coming along, getting free gifts. Here's some gummies. Here's a few joints. Here's a fan. Here's a this. Here's a that while you're waiting in line, right? And then this guy came along and he takes 2 steps back and he looks at me and he goes, "You don't need to wait in line. Come with me," because he saw the judges pass in front of these guys right? And so I'm like, cool. So he takes me up front. He sends me in. Good. Life is good. And then these young fellas behind me, once they got in, they came looking for me because they didn't even know what they were standing in line for. They actually tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Excuse me, but what is this line for?" And I'm like, "It's for like a cannabis, exhibition and going on in there. Like there's booths and whatnot." And they're like, "Oh." So they came and found me because they thought I was somebody important because I just got yanked out of line and taken up to the front. It was really kind of cool.
Got a couple messages from Leona that says that I've been once and I loved it. And she says that tons of free weed and I smoked the biggest joint I've ever seen. We all did.
There's always one of those.
I wonder whether she got a hold of Cody's, one of Cody's joints, because he likes a big joint at 420.
Yep. Yeah, there were a couple last year. Yeah, last year, Leona, as you walked in the door, the company that was the closest to the door as you walked in, no, there was one company that gave you a T-shirt and a toque, Drizzle, and then as you walked in past them, there was another company there that had somebody standing there with this great big bag of joints saying, "Hi, how you doing? Welcome to the Karma Cup." And they gave you a joint on your way. And it's just like T-shirt, toque, joint. Hell yeah, this is great. And I just walked in the door, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh, it was. It's like a greeting when you get there.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. So I'm very much looking forward to going again this year. I'm hoping that I'll have my own sleeping quarters.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm looking at buying something that is drivable and has a bed and all that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, even a van that allows you to.
Well, that's what it is. I'm looking at a camper van, but like with any luck, knock on wood, that's what I will be driving in September. And then it'll just make the trip a whole heck of a lot cheaper. Because the biggest expense that I had last year was hotels.
Was it really?
It was terrible. So this year, if I'm driving my own, I don't have to worry about it.
Well, that's right. And if you got some spare time, maybe you can do some visiting. You've got everything right there with you, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's nice. I don't have to worry about where I'm going to sleep. I just kind of pull
van
over and
life.
go to sleep. Yep.
Van life. Before you know it, you'll have it all customized with solar power on the roof, and you'll have a kitchen in there.
In my head, it's already done.
There you go.
I can see it.
Exactly. Yeah. Just so you know, it says exactly. It was a blast. So
yeah, it sure was.
Yeah. Oh, look at this new message from her. She says, "Then you can drive to your next BC event and stop and see me in Thunder Bay."
My plan is, Leona, not this. If everything works out and knock on wood again, not this summer, but next summer. That is my plan. My plan is to drive out for some medicine, and when I drive back, I'll have my Karma Cup kit delivered out west, and when I drive back, I'll hit the Karma Cup and then come home. And so that is my plan. And my plan is to take all summer doing it so I can stop everywhere and visit all those people in those places that it's hard to get to visit. Because there are a lot that are just enough on the outskirts that, it's really hard to do. But if I have my own sleeping quarters, it's really not that bad.
That's right. You got your bed right there. You got a spot where, you get out of the weather if you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. comes in
Yeah,
handy.
For
And
sure.
you just move along at your own pace, your own speed.
Yeah, the only thing I have to watch are the dates that I have to be at certain places, and
Right.
and that's not that hard.
No, exactly. You'll get, you'll be able to see people and that, maybe you hadn't seen it in a while. Maybe depends, I guess, too, as once you've seen everybody and you got to head home, if it depends on whether you got to get home right away. That's
Yeah.
what I'm looking at, where you can, maybe go off on the adventure over there where, you've heard of this place and all of a sudden you see it on the sign on the highway. Hey, I'm going to go,
Well, my plan is when I had, and this is only a loose plan because it's a year away, or over a year away. The thought process is, as soon as I can, pack up the van and just start and have a month to get where I want to go and be able to stop everywhere. Because, like I say, if I've got my bed with me, there's not very much added expense. There's just the driving.
Because you already have to buy food and eat, no matter how you get there, right? And your fuel, you got to put fuel in your vehicle, but you're going to pay somehow other way to get here, whether it's by plane or train or boat. Well, I don't know whether you can get here. The boat come up St. Lawrence.
So it's been my adult dream to do this. So it's kind of neat that it's finally coming true. It only took me 30 years.
Yeah, well, there's lots of people who are doing it.
Oh yeah,
I know that. They're full of it all on YouTube, doing little. We usually watch like the tiny home things and stuff like that. They do the tours and see how things are built and so on and so forth. And the van life ones are in there, and some people do some really good work on them.
Oh yeah, some of them are beautiful. My dad works with a gentleman because one of the things that my dad does is environmentally friendly energy, so clean energy.
Yeah.
Solar is his big one, solar and wind. And one of the people that works with him, that's what he does. He's got van life. He's got my dream van. He's got a Westphalia.
There you go.
It's all done up with everything, kitchenette, bathroom. He can, he's got a little shower that kind of peeks off the back. And it's just like, oh my God. So, my van exists, but he won't sell it to me because he loves it. So I tried.
Well, yeah. Well, there you go. It's he's not done with it yet.
No, and he's younger than me, so he probably won't be done with it in time for me to want it. Which is, but it is. It's a beautiful van, and he lives it. And when I was out in Vancouver, with the exception of this winter, because they're having a heck of a winter out there. But when I was out in Vancouver, there were tons of people that live down on the beach in their van year round. Not sure about this year, but
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. I was talking to a guy the other day from BC, and there's snow there. He says normally the snow would be gone in a day or two, but it seems to be hanging around.
One of our other hosts on the network, one of my other co-hosts actually, Steve Mather. He lives out in Richmond, of course, and one of his regular jobs is snow removal, and this is the first year he really had a job, and it's just been crazy for him. I mean, he's been so busy with it that last week he did the show from the road because it had snowed, and he had to be up there. So he took the hour to do the show, but he was in the plow truck, right?
In the plow truck. That's again because he's done that before, where he had to do the show from inside the truck, and then at the end he says, "I better go," because the guys are probably wondering what's taking you.
Well,
so
yeah, that
long.
was. I think that was last week when we had Michelle Janikin on.
Well, it was before then because we didn't know if Steve was going to make it or not, so you had me as a backup that particular show. Yeah,
that was Michelle Janikin.
I'm thinking it wasn't the show that you had Mark Caron on.
No, Mark Howard.
Howard.
He was in the van for Mark Howard. That was it. Not Michelle, Mark. That's right.
Yeah.
I had a stoner moment. I apologize.
It's all right. It happens,
Speaking of stoner moment, it is that moment in time where if we weren't smoking on air, we would take a break to go have a smoke. But we're still going to pay the bills and hear from our sponsors. And I just want to remind you that you can find us all over the place. Pace Network, cbgtv.com, streaming on Facebook and Twitter, YouTube. I think I got them all. And then you can find replays on the Roku Boxcast, right? Am I right?
Oh, yeah, and CBG, all the social media on CBG TV. Yeah, lots of spots.
Yeah, all over the place. We'll be right back after we hear from our sponsors. See you in a few.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
When you think of the number of unique products developed in the fields, kitchens, and labs at Legacy 420, it's hard to think that one stands out above the rest. But tell that to the thousands of people who have tried this amazing breakthrough product.
This is our Sacred Salve. This is actually our extra strength. It comes in 5 different strengths. It's all natural, all organic. It typically works within 10 to 15 minutes of putting it on. It's good for arthritis, it's good for inflammation, any kind of pain. We're very proud of it.
Sacred Salve, so easy to apply, along with soothing relief. To select a strength that's right for you, come in and talk to your trusted partner. Legacy 420 out on your road.
Pace Radio Network, by patients, for patients, and for those who want to know.
Did you know that the Pace Radio Network isn't just a radio network? That's right, because most, but not all of our programming is now done via video and is then podcasted at paceradio.net. So if you want to watch our programming, you'll find us on the Pace Radio Network's Facebook page, plus the show's own page, and you'll find us live on the network's YouTube channel. And don't forget, you can find it all, video and audio, at paceradio.net.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
Let's share Pace everywhere. That way it can help create peace. People everywhere advocating cannabis education. You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
Yes. So we were talking about the cannabis event that you went to, and the fact that they're not having one in March because they're having the Can Expo, which kind of goes with the last part of that commercial there. We have, we're pretty honored to have been nominated for podcast.
Yes, yeah, it is. It's it's always interesting, and in when you get involved in these things, because I know that when I looked at the other podcasts that were involved in this, I didn't know 3 of them.
Yeah.
And actually, when I looked at a lot of the nominees, I didn't know a lot of the nominees for a lot of the different categories.
No, there were quite a few that I didn't know as well. Yeah.
And that, to me, I always look at there's the changing of the guard. The people that were involved 20 years ago, there's still some of them along, they're still doing things, but some people, they went off to do whatever, maybe doing it in a different way.
Yep.
And so new people come in, and we're always trying to get more people to join in, make our voices louder in order by more people speaking up.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened. And these are just people we just haven't met yet.
Yeah. So, if you stop and take a look at the podcasts that are out there for information, in the cannabis realm, there's a lot.
There's a lot. There's a pile of them.
We made it to the top 5.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah. It's pretty good, eh?
It's pretty exciting.
I liked it that it was the whole network versus a particular show.
Yeah, there wasn't just one show.
Right, because we work as a team here. As you see, I'm filling in. Irene fills in. You fill in other.
Thursday, Irene's filling in for me because she'll be back, and Irene has filled in for Tamara on one of your other shows, and
she's filled in with me on the Pace Radio show.
Yeah, so we have all kind of jumped around and helped
out. So we work together as a team, and we're all patients, and everything is. I look at it as the network is patient driven. Yeah, we've all got a story to tell, or we've our experiences, and geez, I don't know about you, but I know when I was younger, I wouldn't speak in front of an audience. Public speaking wasn't for me.
No.
And now here we do it all the time.
Yeah.
A couple times a week sometimes, eh?
Constantly. Here I am, I've gone out to, I've been, brought out to speak in front of a few thousand people, and my 10-year-old self is going, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't get up and speak in front of 30 of my peers, right?
Correct. Yeah, we had to do essays and then read them at the end of the week. Somebody got picked to do it, and then if you had the best one, you got into the auditorium thing. And I didn't even want to get up in front of class and speaking to anybody. But when it comes to the cannabis end, it was, I want to talk to people about this, and you end up doing that, whether it's on stage or at a rally someplace, or I know at 420 rallies I spoke twice, and it. One time it was just on a mound of grass on a hill.
Yeah.
Talking to everybody that was down there,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's I'm not sure what switched, but now I get excited to go talk to people about this. I don't get scared. Right? Or if somebody wants to start asking me questions about some of my psychedelic experiences, it's just like, oh, really? Yeah. You want to know? Really? And off I go, right? But it's a lot different than it was.
It's sharing your experience and maybe helping somebody else get educated.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. So
and it's pretty exciting stuff, right? Sector.
So isn't there you got a draw and all that stuff going on here tonight?
Yes. Yeah.
We haven't even talked about that.
We do. 2 weeks ago, because we took last week off because it was a holiday last week. So 2 weeks ago, at the closer to the beginning of the month, we announced a giveaway. Irene was giving away Volume 1 and Volume 2 of her
Oh,
cannabis consumption companion. I'm not sure if any of you have like taken a look at this thing. It's really kind of neat. I do have some empty pages near the back, so I can show you what an empty page looks like. It gives you advice on one page, or recipes, or some information. And on the other page, you can record information about the cannabis that you just consumed.
nice.
Whether you are,
Yes.
there's a place you can pick. It's the strain name, flower, or concentrate. You can, circle if it's indica leaning, sativa leaning, or like, closer to a hybrid. You can, record the terpenes, the effects that you're getting, if you know the THC and CBD levels, and you can add more cannabinoid levels. So it's really kind of neat. And on the bottom of every page, she gives you a review of one of her favorite strains. So she's put volume 1 and volume 2 up. And then here, just before we are done, I've got a wheel with everybody's names that entered, and we will give the double copies away. It's pretty exciting. These are really great. I've really enjoyed it. I
know that Irene got a message saying that a doctor, or she was involved with a doctor there, that would, once she wanted the patients to buy one of those books so they could record the information in order so they could keep track of things.
That was my psychiatrist. Yeah.
There you go. There it is.
Yeah. Because I went and showed my psychiatrist, because we were chatting, and she said, you know what? She goes, I had lost faith in, and not that she doesn't believe in the power of cannabis, but a lot of people don't know about it, and they don't know how to keep track. And so when she looked at this, she got very excited. And she's suggesting it to her patients to get this to help them with their cannabis journey, which is really exciting. Yeah. So it is kind of doctor approved in that way.
Message from Mike again. He says that advocacy helps you have a voice to help others and spread the word about your experiences.
Absolutely.
Exactly right, Mike. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I noticed, I went for my first iboga here a couple of years ago, and I spoke very loudly of that. I was very free with what I spoke. And then I went for my second one. I was kind of quieter about it. And, that was the part of me that had dealt with some people shaming me for sharing too much. So I kind of pulled back on the second one. And all the people that appreciated it came to me, and like, they were quite, I'm going to use the word upset, but they weren't upset. They were just kind of like, well, why aren't you sharing more? Like, we're all kind of sitting here waiting for the story. And it made me realize that people want it.
Yes.
They really do.
They do.
So Cambo is going to be louder.
And, maybe for themselves, or maybe for a loved one or a friend or somebody like that. It's the same as when it comes to cannabis advocacy. If you hear somebody else's story about how it helped them with, say, MS, then you can share that with other people, without naming names, but you can share that, hey, I talked to a guy that, this is how it's helped them. And if somebody's listening to you about what you did for treatment, and they have a friend that, that this might help, then they can share your experience with them, or share the link to the show.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. But we're going to talk about next week's giveaway just before we continue on. So next week, I am giving away this cute little pack. It is a joint holder, a doob tube, and a little pipe.
Nice.
Isn't that sweet? Nice. I'm going to add in one of the tags I made, just because it's super cute.
I see you doing those tags online.
Isn't that neat?
Well, yes. Little mushrooms there. Mushy buddies.
Mushy buddies.
There you go. Yeah.
And then, of course, I have a few stickers. I always throw in a few stickers. So there are some stickers there. So that is the
one there looks familiar. The first one.
There are mushrooms and cannabis stickers. Oh, there's 3 cannabis stickers in here, and of course a heart sticker.
Heart stickers. Leona says very cool.
Yeah. So to get this, all you need to do, I got to go find the right button to click. Just one second. All you need to do is tune in, which you're doing right now, and then email me your favorite color. That's all I want to know. What's your favorite color? To Tokin Talk, TEAANDTOKE at hotmail.com by 7:10 next Sunday evening, and you'll be in to win this.
Nice.
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of cute. I'm gonna make more of these tags because I just think that they're absolutely adorable. And maybe not just like this, but I mean, I'll make a whole bunch of different ones.
And what's the material that the tag is?
That's just
is
a little
it a
piece
paper
of wood.
tag? Is it a cloth tag? Well, it's a piece of wood.
That's
cool.
a little piece of wood.
Oh, it says burnt into the wood?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Very good. Just so you know, like when you come this way, you talked about having a show together with Irene. I got a box of goodies here that you got to take home with you.
Nice.
So you guys can give them away. Yeah, they're
nice.
From the Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. You recognize the hat, right?
I do. I have one of those.
Hey, we should have got that message out. We could have wore the same hat tonight.
We could have. Because like they gifted me one actually when we stopped in. Because what was one of the fun things I did when I was in Ontario is I got to go visit all of our sponsors that we had in person. Yeah. It was kind of really neat, right?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, more on your draw there. I think I interrupted. Were you having more?
Well, no, I mean that's it. Like I mean this will be next week. Irene and I will be back next week, and I will give that away. And I have
email their favorite color to you.
Favorite color. That's all I want to know. Favorite color to tokin at hotmail.com. And we will give away the books here in a few minutes, just before we sign off.
Okay.
And there are just so people know, like I've got something that I forgot to mail over there. It is for Kimberly. It will be off tomorrow. I'll give it to my dad and make sure that he gets that off. And then Irene needs to. Irene is late in mailing one out, but she's just having some family time right now. And when she comes back from that, she will make sure to get that out as well.
Yeah.
So they are on their way. We apologize for them being late. I honestly just had a stoner moment. I have to take, there's no excuse. It just, that is just that.
And obviously I'm filling in for Irene, so.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So, and that's just my fault. I just had a stoner moment, but it is packaged and the cat is laying on it right now. The cat is using it as a pillow.
Cat's pillow for the cat. Well, hey, it's being kept warm, whatever it may be.
Got stoned and missed it again. Hey, Mike hasn't been around. Hey, Mike's only been around for a few weeks, but he's already learned who Cindy is.
Isn't that a Dr. Hook song?
Yeah, it is.
I believe it is.
And I missed it.
Yes, exactly. I saw them play at a bar in Peterborough.
No way. That would have been wicked.
Yes, way. Yeah, and even smoked a joint up on stage.
Yeah, well, you probably could have gotten away. You could have gotten away with that at one point in time. I remember going out in the 80s and 90s to bars, and you could smoke. And we had a couple of bars here in particular that wouldn't let you smoke tobacco, but you could smoke all the joints you wanted. I don't know if I froze.
Smoke tobacco.
Oh no, you're back. Yeah, they wouldn't let you smoke cigarettes, but you could smoke joints.
Both of us. Joints, yes, yeah. I've seen that. Yeah. I don't go to too many bars anymore, but in the past. And Carolyn says that it's her kind of bar. I agree. Yeah. Well, it's where the argument comes in lounges. That's what lounges were. They were a spot where people could go and get entertainment, listen to music or whatever, and smoke doobies or, do dabs or whatever and socialize. get along.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah,
You know,
it would
they
be
have
nice to
to,
get some lounges where we can consume.
yeah. Well, Carolyn, she says that she's got a dab bar and she loves it. So, but it'd
She's
be
got a
nice
great
to
dab bar set up in her house, to be honest.
she does, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Just Gananoque. That's not far from me. It's about an hour and a half, probably.
Yeah, it's
somewhere
not
in
too
there.
bad.
No, yeah. It's just on the other side of Kingston. So
No,
might be a little.
no, it's east
Yeah,
of you.
yeah, correct.
Yeah,
Kingston is east of me.
you're where?
Where I'm in Havelock. I'm in the home of the Jamboree that hasn't played in 3 years. That everybody's screaming and yelling at.
Yeah, you're like a 3-hour drive from her, ish.
3 hours.
Well, where are you? I can't remember.
I'm
I
in
don't know the
Havelock.
areas. I was the passenger.
I'm in Havelock.
Right.
I
I
mean,
looked at Peterborough.
Kingston for me is about an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, you're
It's
about
on the
2
other side.
hours. Hour and 48.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours. So. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
but
so it's a cute little town.
lounges were a good thing. There was never any problems with lounges. If a police officer went into them, usually it would have been because they were walking by. They would just any store or any place they can just walk in, and it's sort of like a service call. It's sort of hi.
Hi. Hi, Cindy.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm awesome.
How's the weather out there? How's the weather?
Cold. It's cold. It's like almost minus 20 tonight.
Oh,
That's good. You can do
Yeah.
that.
You probably got the weather we had last night.
Oh, well, that was a nice drop in. Look. Yeah, we do. We have your weather that just followed down.
Yeah. Gail will do that on Wednesday nights too during the Pace Radio Show. She'll just stop
nice.
in and it's sort of like a photo bomb. It's a video bomb, right?
That's awesome. Everybody say hi,
get
Gail.
our own show here. Hi, Gail.
Let's go see who won. Hey, we're getting to that time. Okay, I'm gonna spin the button. We had 4 entries that got in on time. So I'm gonna spin the button and see who won those books. Kimberly.
Jessica. Nope. Kimberly. Oh, it must have froze.
Congratulations, Kimberly. That's
look
awesome.
at that. Just went over the line.
It happens sometimes. It's funny.
Yeah, Gail. It happened to Gail too. She's on some group on Facebook where you can buy tickets in order to get things, and they spin the wheel like that, and she had to tell me about it for like 15 minutes, and just oh wow, and others commented, oh sorry Gail, you just missed out on that.
Well, that was Jeff and Lauren.
Yeah.
That's always the fun part. I like the giving this stuff away. So Kimberly has won volume 1 and volume 2 of Irene's book from the Info is Power series. It's a really great book. Congratulations, Kimberly. You're gonna love this. You're gonna love recording. Everything. You can even, if you want to, like let's find an empty page again. You could like even cross out flower or concentrate, and you can write in edible. So you can record your edibles in this too, with a little tweaking. It's a pretty wicked little book. I'll have mine filled in soon, and I'll need to get myself a volume 2.
Good night, Leona. It's good talking to you.
And remember, get in on next week's giveaway.
Yes.
Let's review next week's giveaway. Oh, the stickers are stuck.
Oh, that's not good.
This cute little package. I love this cute little package. And then we got some stickers. We've got like, mushroom stickers and some weed stickers and some more mushroom stickers and another weed sticker. They're upside down, and a heart sticker because I love giving stickers away. If you know me, you know that.
Yes. Nice. Little mushies.
Oh, I have to make more. That's probably what I'll sit here and do this evening is put on some music and make more.
I got this box of stuff.
Wow. Look at the giveaways coming.
Giveaways coming. Like, here's a whole box of papers. Green coat papers, skunk papers, raw papers, filters, blunts, rolls. This is actually raw specialty baking and wrapping. It's baking paper. Like, it's not. Yeah, it's
parchment paper.
I don't know. Like parchment paper, maybe for edibles, making your edibles.
That's wicked.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right. That's it.
That's
for you.
cool. So send me your favorite color to teandtoke@hotmail.com, teandtoke@hotmail.com to get in on next week's draw, and you can win that cute little pipe set and the engraving, the burning engraving by me. Yeah. Wicked.
All right, super.
Wicked.
All right.
And that's everything. Remember, you can catch us on cbgtv.com, paceradio.net, on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. LinkedIn. And then, of course, you can catch the replays everywhere and on the Roku app, Boxcast.
Yes, exactly. That must be for the paper. For the dab press. All right.
It is perfect for a dab press. Great. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The opinions of the individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of their group or other organizations they may be involved with. All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.
When you have a pain that's reached its peak, Legacy for 20, it's so unique. If organic cannabis is what you seek, here's your trusted partner 7 days a week. Suppository salves, vapes and drops, topicals, edibles, infused pop. Just when life seems like it ain't easy, at Legacy 420, enjoy a pop freezy. Lab tested products, make them the GOAT. Legacy 420 out on your road. Legacy 420 in Tyndonega Mohawk territory. Indigenous organic cannabis at its finest.
What do you find at paceradio.net? People advocating cannabis education.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.